Hey folks, today we're diving into something that's absolutely buzzing in the MotoGP world right now. Pecco Bagnaia, the two-time world champion, just dropped a serious warning to Liberty Media about MotoGP's future. Why is he making such a bold statement? What's the deal with Phillip Island getting axed from the calendar? And most importantly, what's MotoGP gonna look like down the road? Stick around till the end, because we've got something special for you guys. So, here's the scoop. Liberty Media, who now owns 100% of Formula One and holds an 84% stake in MotoGP, has started rolling out some pretty controversial changes. One of the biggest bombshells? Their plan to drop the legendary Phillip Island circuit from the MotoGP calendar and replace it with a street circuit in Adelaide. For those who don't know, Phillip Island is one of the most iconic tracks in MotoGP. The challenging layout with epic ocean views plus that unmatched racing atmosphere makes this track an absolute favorite among riders and fans alike. But Liberty Media seems to have other ideas. They want to create more festival-like events, exactly what they've been doing with F1. During an appearance on the BSMT podcast with Gianluca Gazzoli, Pecco didn't hold back and went straight to the point. He acknowledged that Liberty Media has proven successful in revolutionizing Formula One, and he hopes they'll nail it with MotoGP too. But, and this is a massive but, there's one thing he believes absolutely cannot be changed. Pecco was crystal clear that MotoGP has a completely different DNA from F1. MotoGP is more authentic, more raw, more adrenaline-fueled. Most importantly, MotoGP is accessible to everyone. This DNA, according to him, must be protected, no matter what. Pecco offered some pretty interesting analysis here. He pointed out that a Formula One weekend nowadays has become a festival. The race itself? Just the icing on the cake. Liberty Media has successfully created this massive party atmosphere around the race, with various events, concerts, and activities that keep fans entertained all day long at the circuit. But MotoGP? Different story entirely. In MotoGP, it's all about the racing itself. Fans don't show up for the party or festival vibes. They genuinely want to watch crazy riders pushing the limits at insane speeds on motorcycles. That's what makes MotoGP special. Bagnaia's concerns aren't coming out of nowhere. If you look at Liberty Media's track record with F1, they're massively focused on entertainment value. Street races in Las Vegas, Miami, and now they want Adelaide for MotoGP. It's all part of their strategy to make the sport more glamorous and marketable. But here's the thing. MotoGP fans are a different breed compared to F1 fans. They're pure racing enthusiasts through and through. They want to see daring overtakes on dangerous corners, riders dragging their knees on the tarmac, not just parties and DJ sets. Phillip Island is the perfect example. The circuit is incredibly challenging and dangerous, but that's precisely where its beauty lies. The famous Corner 12 can make or break someone's race. The super fast Turn 1 gets your heart racing. This is what MotoGP fans crave. Pure, unadulterated racing action. To be fair, Liberty Media does have a solid track record when it comes to boosting F1's popularity. Since taking over in 2017, F1 has become significantly more popular, especially in the American market. The Netflix series Drive to Survive alone has brought in millions of new fans. Revenue has also increased dramatically. Sponsorship deals have multiplied, TV rights have gone up, and overall F1 has become a more valuable brand. This is why many people are optimistic that Liberty Media can replicate the success with MotoGP. The problem is, F1's success has come with trade-offs. Many traditional circuits like Hockenheim have vanished from the calendar, replaced by street circuits that are more Instagrammable but less challenging from a racing perspective. Classic races at historic circuits are losing their spots. Hardcore F1 fans often complain that the sport is now too focused on the show and lacking in substance. DRS, sprint races, various new regulations. Everything's designed to make races more exciting on a superficial level, but sometimes it actually diminishes the strategic elements that made F1 compelling in the first place. What makes Bagnaia's statement even more interesting is the timing. He just had a pretty rough start to the season at the Thai GP. Qualified only 13th, finished the race in P9. By Bagnaia's usual podium or win standards, these clearly aren't the results he wants. Plus, there are strong rumors he'll be moving to Aprilia at the end of this season. Speculation suggests that rising star Pedro Acosta will be taking his factory seat at Ducati. So he's in a somewhat tricky position career-wise. But even in this situation, he's still vocal about the future of the sport he loves. That shows real character. He's not just thinking about himself, but about MotoGP's legacy as a whole. Bagnaia's statements actually resonate strongly with sentiment that's already brewing in the MotoGP community. Pedro Acosta, one of MotoGP's rising stars, has also spoken about the importance of preserving legendary circuits like Phillip Island. Fans on social media are largely in agreement too. They're worried MotoGP will lose its identity if it follows F1's blueprint too closely. Comments typically say things like, we don't want MotoGP to become F1 2.0, or keep MotoGP pure racing. Honestly, the solution isn't that complicated. Liberty Media needs to understand that MotoGP and F1 are two different sports, with different fan bases. What works for F1 won't necessarily work for MotoGP. Growth is important. Nobody's denying that, but growth doesn't have to come at the expense of what makes MotoGP special. There are ways to increase viewership and revenue without eliminating legendary circuits or fundamentally changing the sport's nature. Marketing can be improved, media coverage can be expanded, sponsorships can be increased. All of this can happen while preserving MotoGP's essence. What fans want is simple: exciting racing on challenging circuits, not a party with motorcycle racing in the background. The ideal scenario would be Liberty Media find middle ground. They can bring their expertise in marketing and commercialization, but still respect MotoGP's traditions and DNA. For instance, they could improve the fan experience at circuits without changing the circuits themselves. They could add entertainment in the paddock, while keeping the race as the main attraction. They could expand into new markets without abandoning historic venues. F1 is already showing signs that pure commercialization without substance has its limits. Ratings at some races are starting to drop. Fans are complaining about the lack of actual racing. Liberty Media has an opportunity to learn from this and approach MotoGP more carefully. Alright folks, now it's time for you to get involved. I want to hear your thoughts on this. Drop in the comments section. 1. Do you agree with Bagnaia or not? 2. What changes do you think are acceptable and which ones go too far? 3. Which circuits do you consider sacred and shouldn't be removed from the calendar? Don't forget to smash that like button if you appreciated today's discussion and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next MotoGP update. Hit that notification bell too so you get instant alerts when new videos drop. Before we sign off, I want to encourage you all to stay engaged with this topic. This isn't just about one rider or one circuit, it's about the future of a sport we all love. Our comment section is always a place for great discussions, so don't be shy about sharing your thoughts, whether you agree or disagree with what we've talked about today. For those of you who've watched till the end, thank you so much. You're the real fans who genuinely care about MotoGP. And remember, change isn't always bad, but change that doesn't respect a sport's roots. That's where things get dangerous. We'll be watching how the upcoming races unfold. Will Liberty Media actually listen to concerns from riders like Bagnaia and Acosta? Is Phillip Island really getting the boot? All these questions will be answered as time goes on. Keep tuning into this channel because we'll keep you updated on all the drama, controversies, and of course the racing action in MotoGP. See you in the next video, and remember, keep the racing pure, keep the passion alive. Peace out.